defensive lineup for the Blues. In right field, it's Jake Hickson.
Who's ready for some baseball? Blues back in action 24 hours later at Sinsheimer Stadium as they look to take the series against the Alameda Merchants. Last night, the Blues beat the Merchants by a score of 4-1, featuring 2 home runs from Charlie Caruso, who is back in today's lineup as the designated hitter. Here's the starting lineup for the visiting Alameda Merchants from San Francisco. Leading it off for the Merchants, it's Dom Nahar, the center fielder, with Cy Turner batting second and playing second base. Batting third, it's Jackson Nystrom DHing, with Jace Jeremiah cleaning it up and playing shortstop. Aiden Tackless plays in right and bats fifth, with Angelo Luno, the first baseman, batting sixth. Jerry Nix is the catcher, batting seventh, and batting eighth, it's the third baseman, Ben Giovanetti. Rounding it out in the ninth spot is the former Sonoma Stomper and left fielder, Hayden Young Goldberg. Here's a defensive alignment now for your hometown team since 1946, San Luis Obispo Blues. It's a Nico Button day behind the dish with Zach Tallman over at first base. Diego Murillo mans second with Sam Artois manning third. Kate O'Hara plays short, and the outfield left to right is Raymond Royal and Hicksonbaugh with Charlie Caruso DHing. And on the rubber today for the Blues, it's the right-hander from Cal Poly SLO, Eric Kvidal, making his 4th start of the summer.
Now, Kvidal is a guy who, if he finds the strike zone, he's going to be ridiculously good, but can struggle with the control. 17 strikeouts to his 7 walks in his 4 previous appearances, with a 2 whip. So I'd like to see that whip number get down. That'll give him some more success here at Sinsheimer.
Yeah, keyword is if on finding that strike zone. When he is on, he is on. But if a few pitches get away from him, that kind of inning collapses a little bit. So consistency is key for Kvidal. That can be said about the entirety of this Blues roster, really. But it all funnels into today's starter for the Blues, Kvidal, who strides up to the back end of the rubber and gets ready to face Dom Nahar, who plays in center and bats leadoff today for the Merchants. He batted leadoff yesterday as one of the 3 position players represented by the Alameda Merchants on the CCL North baseball team a couple days ago in that showcase contest down in Compton. Here's the first pitch from the windup. Delivered and a swing and a miss for strike 1 on Dom Nahar at 6:04 p.m. Game time temperature in San Luis Obispo, 69 degrees and sunny. A nice afternoon in SLO. Here's the 0-1. This one hit hard right to the shortstop O'Hara, who grabs it with 2 hands for the first out.
It looks like maybe a different approach today for the Merchants. They might be attacking pitches early in the counts against Kvidal, who's a 3-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, changeup. Going to be a lot of fastball, slider. And we'll mix in the changeup, but we're more likely going to see it more the second time through the order.
Kvidal last pitched against the San Francisco Seagulls in that embarrassing 15-3 loss on July 11th and couldn't even get out of 2 innings. First pitch to Cy Turner, misses high, 1 ball and no strikes. An inning and a third against San Francisco, 6 earned runs on 5 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 13 batters faced. It was not his day against the Gulls as the offering misses low to Cy Turner. It's now 2-0 to the left-handed hitting second baseman.
Yeah, and you look at his overall numbers and kind of say, man, he doesn't look like he's been that good, but it's just been that outing that's been really rough for him in those overall stats.
2-0, misses off the plate outside. There's 3 straight balls to the second baseman, Turner, with 1 out as he steps back in the back of the left-handed batter's box. And it's funny, he was coming off an outing that was so good against the Arroyo Seco Saints. The 3-0, here's a called strike, 3-1. He followed up the outing against the Saints on July 3rd with a disastrous start against the Seagulls. In that outing against Arroyo Seco on a firework night, 6 innings of work, 7 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Swing and a miss for strike 2. An elevated fastball gets Turner to chase, and it's a full count with 1 out. Only 2 earned runs in that outing as well. Out 6 hits. And faced 24 batters against Arroyo Seco, who sit in second place in the CCL South. Here's the payoff. Pitch ties him up inside, but he didn't go around. They appeal to third just to check one more time, and Cy Turner is aboard with a 1-out walk. First walk of the day for Eric Kvidal, and really that one didn't miss by much. It's not one of those moments where it got away from him and the command went buck wild completely. A pitch that tried to nibble on the inside part of the strike zone, And Turner is aboard with a free pass. So now with a runner on first with one out, it's Jackson Nystrom, the DH batting third. Nystrom swings and misses at the first pitch. That was up and inside. That's strike one. Might have caught a piece of the catcher button on the backswing there as he makes sure he's okay, putting his right arm on his shoulder. An average lead on first base for Turner. As Cavito comes set, working from the stretch for the first time today. Here's the 0-1. A sweeper hitting the outside corner for strike two. Nystrom finds himself in an 0-2 count and is probably the best hitter on this Merchants roster. A .328 batting average, 16 runs batted in with a home run, and a .959 OPS. Pick over to first, back in plenty of time is Turner. Zach Tellerman over at first base today. Appears to be walking around fine. We've been monitoring his ankle and his back in the later part of this summer. He's been dealing with a couple of injuries. Playing the infield today. He's getting quite a few reps at first before the All-Star break. Here's the 0-2. And a check swing that sits down Nystrom. They say he didn't go around on the appeal. Man, I thought that was close, though. Nystrom checked his swing and completely fell on the seat of his pants. Talk about getting tied up. That's the textbook definition right there. He hit the deck on that fastball up and inside. So it's a dramatic 2-2 count now to the DH Nystrom, who has a .500 on base percentage. He gets on base half the time. That is very good. Wind blowing straight out to left field with a runner on first, one out. Here's the 1-2. Nystrom pops it up into center. Royal turns to his left and will make the catch, moving to that side for the second out of the inning.
Gets on base 50% of the time, but the Blues have held him to 1 for 5 thus far in this series, doing a good job to lower that on base percentage.
So 2 outs now, and it's Jace Jeremiah, the shortstop, cleaning it up today for Alameda. Again, one of those position players represented in the CCL North for the Alameda Merchants. Jeremiah with a batting average just below 300 and the team leader of RBIs with 19. First pitch, snap back throw over to first. It's close, but it's not in time. Side Turner with a head first dive back into first base. Some good instincts by Button to throw it there. But Tarman couldn't apply the tag in time. So it's strike one to Jeremiah, who has a good walk to strikeout ratio, and gotta love one of those. 12 walks to his 8 strikeouts. 0-1 is a big hack at a slider below the zone for strike two. Two outs, a runner on first, an 0-2 count. Top of the first inning at Sinsheimer, Blues and Merchants in game 2. Cavito with the nod, comes in at the belt. A deep sigh, now comes home. Runner goes. Slider taken on the outside. The throw is wide right and it goes into center field, but staying at second base is Side Turner with a stolen bag. That's a big miss there from Nico Button, throwing it behind the second baseman Murillo and more importantly behind the runner in Turner. No contest there. And a stolen base for the second baseman. So a runner in scoring position now for Alameda in a 1-2 count with 2 gone. Jeremiah, again, the team leader in RBIs with 19, with 2 home runs, and the team leader in total bases with 29. The 1-2. Slider just taken below the zone, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And man, that did not miss by much from Cavito.
Cavito's looked pretty good thus far. He's finding the strike zone at an efficient rate. Something he's going to need to keep up if he wants to go deep in this outing and help his team. Their 4th win in a row.
His misses aren't bad misses at all. Throwing some darts in the strike zone in this first inning. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cavito gets out of the jam with a strikeout swinging to Jace Jeremiah. They strand a runner at second base, and now it's the Blues' turn in the bottom half of the first inning on the Slow Blues streaming network. Bottom half of the first inning, the Merchants stranded a runner in scoring position after a strikeout swinging from Jace Jeremiah. Now it's the Blues' turn. E.J. Royal leads it off and plays center field with Jake Hixenbach getting a shot in right and batting second. Zach Tarman plays first and he'll bat third. Sam Artois is the third baseman and he cleans it up. Charlie Caruso, after a 3-for-4 day yesterday, is back in the lineup DHing and batting fifth, with Drew Raymond playing in left, batting sixth. Diego Murillo's the second baseman, batting seventh, and batting eighth is the catcher Nico Button, with Kate O'Hara rounding it out in the 9th spot at shortstop. Here's a defensive alignment for the Alameda Merchants. Behind home plate, it's Nix with Luna at first, Turner at second, Giovanetti at third with Jeremiah at short. Young Goldberg in left, Kahar in center, and Toklas in right, with Nystrom DHing. And on the hill for the Merchants, it's the right-handed pitcher Cole Airhorn. Blues looking to strike first early against the Merchants. They took a 4-1 W yesterday, and they didn't score until the 5th inning. They were actually trailing from Alameda for the first 4 frames. The Merchants struck first, as a error from the pitcher Logan Groff allowed a run to score from third, Emmett Finney, who reached on a hit by pitch. And that would be the one and only run Alameda got that entire afternoon. So here's EJ, the center fielder, leading it off against Airhorn. Takes the first pitch and a called strike, 0-1. Cole working for the stretch with bases empty, facing the first batter of the bottom half of the frame. A native of Brentwood, California. He's from Los Medanos College, and before that, San Jose State University. Royal takes a pitch off the plate outside, 1-1. EJ yesterday for the Blues led off and played center, to no one's surprise. Went 1 for 4 with a grounder, a pop out, a single, and another grounder. 1-1. He takes a slider and a called strike, 1-2. Airhorn is a fastball sinker slider guy, but you're most likely just going to see four-seam and slider from the right-hander. Here's the 1-2. Royal pokes it into the Blues on deck circle on the first base dugout, and we'll do it again at 1-2. The left-handed batter, Jake Hixenbach, stands in the batter's box, ready to go this afternoon against Alameda. Wind blows out to left center field, the 1-2. Royal takes it well outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. A very easy take for EJ.
Now, EJ is quote-unquote slumping for his standards with just 1 hit in his last 2 games. It's a little under EJ standards.
Here's the 2-2. Royal takes a slider outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now.
But you know what's great about EJ is he still is going to get on base. Yesterday he had that base hit, and the day before where he went hitless, he reached via hit by pitch and later scored.
A .416 on base percentage on the summer for EJ. Payoff. Royal pops it up into left field. Young Goldberg takes a couple steps in, now retreats back. Finally collects his footing and camps underneath the ball for the first out of the inning. A pop fly out from EJ Royal. There's 1 gone for Jake Hixenbach.
Young Goldberg didn't get the start yesterday, but has played here before last summer as a stomper. And right there, just was trying to figure out where that ball was going to come down and into his mitt. Looked a little lost out there in left field. His first time fielding a fly ball, at least in a year.
Well, speaking of the Stompers, they're in a critical game against the Walnut Creek Crawdads in terms of the Blues' playoff picture. There's Jake Hixenbach, who takes strike 1 against Airhorn, 0-1.
Yeah, at Monte Vista High School, Walnut Creek is losing 5-3 in the top of the 8th inning.
Here's the 0-1. Hixenbach shows bunt and pulls it back. It's taken for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Stompers are in first place in the CCL North. The Crawdads right behind them, and the Blues behind them. It's the first time the Blues have been in a playoff spot for a big chunk of the season, as Hixenbach takes a strike here, 1-2. They've been scratching and clawing behind that 3rd place spot. They've been in 4th for pretty much 80% of the summer. But now they've finally broken through after that 4-1 win yesterday against the Merchants. Hixenbach sends it right back up the middle, and an easy grab for Kahar, who charges in and catches it with 2 hands for the 2nd out of the 1st inning.
Not a bad piece of hitting. He sent it on a line back up the middle. Just a little too much launch angle. was able to be caught by Nahar.
So here's Zach Tollerman, the first baseman and a former Spartan from San Jose State who has his eyes set on the Independent Baseball League. And there's multiple leagues of that level. There's anything not associated with minor league or major league baseball, he's there. First pitch, Tollerman takes it outside, 1-0. ZT got the start yesterday and played first and batted third as well. Went 0 for 4 with a couple of Ks and started off his day with 2 strikeouts that were pretty controversial. He shared some words with the home plate umpire after those. Tollerman swings and misses through a slider here, 1-1. And the first strikeout was looking. Didn't like that call as it hit the outside corner, but as we later established, that's where the zone was going to be all afternoon. And then the second strikeout was swinging. It was on a check swing, and Tollerman didn't think he went around. And to add on top of that, the home plate umpire said that Tollerman went around. He taps this one to the right side of the mound, and the pitcher, Airhorn, will glove it, and there will be no throw to first. And man, if I'm the third baseman, Giovanetti, I'm saying to my pitcher, hey, let me get that one. I have the angle and the better throw over to first.
Yeah, that's Giovanetti's ball 110 times out of 100. That's a one that Airhorn just has to leave. And it still would have been a really tough play for Giovanetti, but as you mentioned, Nate, he was coming in and already towards first base with the angle on it, and the ball was hit soft enough that he was more than likely going to barehand it and just try to whip it over to get Tollerman, who's not a fast runner, but instead with Airhorn grabbing it, it gives Tollerman a single and breaks up the no-hitter.
First hit of the day for the Blues in the bottom half of the first inning, and it's Sam Ardois up to plate. He takes the first pitch low and outside, 1-0 to Sammy. The third baseman batting fourth today was in the same exact position yesterday against the Merchants. He went 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI single in the sixth. The 1-0, Ardois takes it low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Ardois has been so much more patient at the plate, and I love it because he's just going to continue to get into hitters' counts and see pitches that he likes. Right here, he finds himself way ahead 2-0.
The pitch, Sammy takes it for a called strike, 2-1. Fastball nibbling the outside corner for Ardois as he sets back in the 2-1 count. 30 hits on the summer for a .291 batting average with 16 runs driven in and 2 homers. Ardois sends it up the middle, a base hit. 2-out single for Sam Ardois at 90 miles an hour. Keeps the line moving in the bottom of the first.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. He got himself into a hitter's count. He got a fastball right in his wheelhouse, and he took advantage, returned to sender, base hit. And after the small mistake by Airhorn, there's 2 on with 2 out for yesterday's dog of the day.
Charlie Caruso steps up to the dish. Today's designated hitter caught yesterday for the Blues. Went 3 for 3 with a pair of home runs and a single. So it's Tollerman at second and Ardois at first. And the 5-hole hitter Caruso up with 2 outs, trying to strike first against Alameda. First pitch, he takes the fastball for a called strike, 0-1.
So I was talking to Charlie before the game about, what changed for him, and he said it's a very small adjustment he made with his hands 2 days ago, where instead of letting his hands start further back, he keeps them in more and then rotates the bat.
He foul tips it and rolls it into the backstop for strike 2. And I like that adjustment. It really makes you feel the moving away from your hands. That's what you're taught as a hitter to do mechanically. You don't want to artificially push your hands away from your body. That's where you get in trouble and hit underneath the ball. You get locked up. Your swing gets delayed. Walking away from your hands is what you should be thinking. 0-2. Caruso swings and misses at strike 3. A changeup from Cole Airhorn strands 2 runners on base. Scoreless heading into the second inning on the SLO Blues streaming network. Aiden Tackless leads it off in the top half of the second inning, a scoreless ball game between the Alameda Merchants and your San Luis Obispo Blues. Eric Vidal's back out there, and Tackless takes a look at strike one. Aiden having a bit of a rough summer after a very good season at Manhattan College this past year in New York. Here's the 0-1. This is inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Manhattan College, Ryan?
No, they are the Manhattan Matadors.
Ooh, I actually like that. They should change it to that. The 1-1. This is outside, 2 balls and a strike. The Jaspers.
Yeah, I don't like that as much. I kind of like mine better.
I like the alliteration you have there.
Yeah.
Swings and foul tips it into the backstop, 2-2. So why are they the Jaspers? Let me tell you. The name is derived from Brother Jasper of Mary, a significant figure in the college's history. 2-2. Well outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. He was a De La Salle Christian brother who served the college in the late 19th century, known for founding various clubs, serving as the first athletic director and bringing baseball to the college. The teams were named in his honor. This one off the hands, and it leaks into right center field, a base hit. First knock of the day for the Merchants, and it comes off the bat of Aiden Tackless. So shout out Brother Jasper of Mary, for he brought baseball to Manhattan and a place for Tackless to call home. So Aiden's aboard with a leadoff single, and it's Angelo Luno, the first baseman. Left-handed hitter with a runner on first. A short lead for Tackless over there. First pitch swinging, it's nubbed off the hands and rolled down the third baseline, foul.
I got a fun fact for you about Jasper, brother of Mary.
Oh, yeah?
Second, yeah.
Cool. On the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
So, according to Wikipedia, in 1882, during the 7th inning of a game against the New York Metropolitans, Jasper instructed restless students to stand and stretch until play resumed. Although it was not the original or the only origin story of the 7th inning stretch, former National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum curator Ted Spencer said it was the one with the most substance and is one of the best documented.
Wow.
So,
great nugget.
You call him the founder, creator of the 7th inning stretch, one of the founding fathers of the 7th inning stretch, which is still in the game of baseball today.
I mean, that's some good evidence right there. Long hold, the 1-2. Luna pokes it foul. We'll do it again. There's so many things like that in baseball where we don't know the origin. We have a couple people saying a few different things about it. The creation of the game itself, I mean, that's kind of ambiguous as well, right?
Yeah.
Don't we say a Doubleday created baseball? But then we go back and forth. Well, no, it was actually this other guy. 1-2, pick over to first. Back in time is Tackless.
And when you look up on Google, what is the origin of the 7th inning stretch, AI tells us that there are several popular theories, one of which is when President William Howard Taft attended a game and stood up in between the top and the bottom of the 7th inning, and other people followed suit around him. And then it also follows right after with Brother Jasper at Manhattan College. Brother Jasper's was 30 years prior to William Taft.
There we go. One, two, runner goes, swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw to second is too short. But Luna strikes out swinging. It's a stolen base for Tackless.
A good pitch from Kvidal behind the dish with that arm. Button hasn't looked like himself today on his 2 throws to second. Just been a little offline, a little short. It's kind of not what you expect from Button. He has 4 years of experience at the Division I level, and he's a really good defensive catcher. Usually he's more on the money.
Yeah, plenty of reps at that position, and just kind of an off day for Nico. But here's Jerry Nix with one out after that strikeout swinging from Luna. Poked the other way, and it's just foul. Nix is today's catcher from Ripon, California. From Stanislaus State University, a former player at Missouri Western and Merced College. At Merced College, he was an all-conference catcher in 2022, and also played in the Alaskan Baseball League that same season. Long hold from Cavito as he peeks at second. Now 2 times, and he comes home. The 0-1 is grounded the other way to Murillo, who gloves it into right field and throws it over to first off a spin move.
Diego Murillo can do no wrong up the middle. I mean, that is just an incredible play. You're holding on the runner at second, you're moving when the pitch is thrown, and then you have the ability to glove that one while moving back into your left in the outfield. Just an incredible play.
He continues to impress in the middle part of the infield, and it's good for the second out of the inning. With a runner now 90 feet away, that's the first run of the day for Alameda standing there. It's Ben Giovanetti. He takes strike one here. Third baseman batting eighth is from Ball State University and a former Trojan from Skyline College. You know, Ryan and I love looking at slugging. A 714 slugging satisfies the taste buds for us with the Trojans. Skies it here and sends it down the left field line, but well foul.
Yeah, if Nate and I were making a team at Skyline Community College, Ben Giovanetti would probably hit second.
Yes.
Yeah, 31 walks to his 35 strikeouts with a 417 slugging. I mean, 17 doubles and 13 home runs and 147 at-bats.
That's good. Continue that success at Ball State, as a matter of fact, with a 500 slug. Opposite way pop-up here as the center fielder Royal moves to his left and will make the grab as they strand a runner at third to end the inning. A leadoff single from Aiden Tackless, but he's stranded in scoring position. We head into the bottom half of the second inning on the SLO Blues streaming network.
Those program numbers are 527 and 416. 527 and 416.
Drew Raymond leads it off in the bottom half of the second inning, a scoreless ball game between the Alameda Merchants and the San Luis Obispo Blues. In a frame brought to you by Ancient Owl, Beer Garden and Bottle Shop, your go-to spot for every Blues road game, located just around the corner from Sinsheimer. It's the home of the Blues watch party all season long. Ancient Owl, choose your beer wisely. There's strike one to Drew Raymond against Cole Airhorn, who's back out there for his second inning of work. The 0-1 to the Spokane native. He takes it off the plate outside, 1 ball and a strike. Raymond bats 6 and plays in left field today. And he is a Bronco from Santa Clara University, entering his sophomore season in NorCal. 1-1. Raymond pokes it the other way, and it bleeds into shallow left field, a base hit. Long hang time for Drew Raymond, but it's a single nonetheless, and that's the third base hit of the day for the Blues.
Yeah, 59 miles an hour off the bat. Usually doesn't get it done, but Raymond placing it in the perfect spot right over the third baseman Giovanetti's head.
Hear it where they ain't, as they say. A leadoff base hit for Drew Raymond, and it brings up Diego Murillo, the second baseman, batting 7th. In this past half inning, just another day at the office for Diego. Made a nice spinning play out in shallow right to throw a runner out at first base. Goes to right field here. The right fielder, Toklas, is burnt by the baseball over his head. Raymond gets the green light. He rounds third and will come in to score. Murillo's chugging into third. A triple! Oh, baby, a triple for Diego Murillo, and the Blues strike first.
Man, oh man, this guy is on fire. In fuego.
2 base hits in a row, and Murillo with a 3-bagger brings in the first run of the day for the Blues. It's 1-0.
That's exactly what the Blues need too. Trying to make this final push to the playoffs. As they mentioned earlier, they're in the playoffs for the first time in a really long time. They have a playoff spot. They would love to host a playoff game. And by getting that 2 or 1 seed, Diego Murillo wants to as well.
Now Button joins in on the fun, but it's just a little shallow as Toklas comes in. Murillo will tag from third. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. Murillo wins the foot race to home plate, and it's a 2-run game, 2-run inning for the Blues.
Very veteran move from Nico Button. Drop the back shoulder a little bit, lift the ball, do your job, and get the second run across.
A sacrifice fly from Nico Button. 2-0 Blues. And the bases are empty for Cade O'Hara. And they try to check third to see if Murillo left early. He did not. It's still 1 out here in the second. A jolt of energy has just been sent through this stadium after that triple and sacrifice fly to make it a 2-0 game. First pitch, O'Hara takes it off the plate and high, 1 ball, no strikes. Blues entered today's game 25-14 with an 18-13 record. On top of that, a 3-game winning streak. A 1-0. O'Hara takes a called strike, 1-1. All that said, there is no team as hot as the Orange County Riptide right now in the CCL South. They have made up tons of ground in that playoff picture. A 7-game win streak as O'Hara pops it up and out of play for strike 2.
Well, what you really look at in the South is that the Foresters have only won 6 of their last 4, which for their standards is not very good, and the Oaks and Riptide jumped right on it. Oaks have won 8 of their last 10, Riptide 9 of their last 10. Both teams are within 2.5 games of that first place, which the Stars have held all season long.
1-2, O'Hara takes a bouncing pitch outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And yet the thing with the Foresters every year is we can always ogle at how well they play in the regular season, but it never really matters in the end because they don't play in the CCL postseason. They hop on a bus and head to Wichita, Kansas to play in the Summer League Baseball World Series. O'Hara pops it up to right field, and Toklas makes the 2-handed grab for the second out of the inning. With 2 outs now, we'll flip it to the top of the order and E.J. Royal, who's 0 for 1 today, pop out to left field.
Number 50, E.J. Royal.
I mentioned earlier, I was talking about Zach Tollerman wanting to play independent league baseball. E.J.'s on that same vibe. First pitch, Royal chops it to third. A tough play for Giacomini, who stays with it, hurls it across the diamond, and is in time to retire the center fielder. The third baseman, Giacomini, botches a ground ball but keeps it in front and throws out E.J. at first, and the side is retired. But not before an RBI triple and a sacrifice fly to make it a 2-0 ball game. Blues ahead going into the third on the SLO Blues streaming network. Well, the Blues had some fun in the bottom half of the second inning. Diego Murillo drove in the first run of the ball game with an RBI triple, and Nico Button drove in the second with a sacrifice fly. The Blues lead 2-0 against the Merchants. Leading off this frame for Alameda, it's Hayden Young Goldberg as he takes a first pitch strike against Eric Cavidal. Young Goldberg hitting for the first time this afternoon in the top of the first at Sinsheimer Stadium. Cavidal from the windup. And this one sent straight back and out of play. 0-2 count now to the former Sonoma stopper, Hayden Young Goldberg. Young Goldberg plays in left today and bats ninth. He's one of the 4 left-handed batters in today's lineup for the Merchants. Here's the 0-2. Young Goldberg swings and misses for strike 3. Third K of the day for Eric Cavidal, and that starts the third.
That's exactly the type of at-bats Cavidal needs at this point in the game. The pitch count starting to rise a little bit because he threw so many pitches in the first inning. As he's now thrown 36. That's a pretty good number to be at through 2 1/3.
Third strikeout of the day, and it's the 20th strikeout of the summer for Cavidal. Here's the leadoff man, Dom Nahar, who takes a pitch low and outside for ball 1. That's 20 Ks in 17 2/3 innings of work this summer with the Blues. Nahar is 0 for 1 today. 1-0. He takes it off the plate outside. 2 balls and no strikes to the center fielder, who's batting .347 this season. Nahar also has 21 stolen bases, which is second in the entire league. Takes a pitch inside. 3 balls and no strikes now.
Yeah, so not a guy you want to walk on base and give him the opportunity to turn a walk into a double.
No. He's got some speed. Makes sense why he's playing center and leading off. Here's the 3-0. Taking all the way, and it's a called strike, 3-1. Nahar has driven in 9 runs this summer, but he's not a slug threat as a leadoff guy. A .347 average and a .389 slugging percentage. Here's the 3-1. Nahar swings and taps it behind home plate. That's a full count now to Dom Nahar. With one out, Cy Turner, the second baseman, stands on deck. Vidal trying to get the bats right back in the Blues' hands as they have built some momentum following a 2-run inning. From the stretch with no one on, Vidal from the belt delivers the payoff, and it's a tapper right back up the middle. O'Hara on a big hop, fires it over to first in time. A rocket from Kate O'Hara at short, trying to make up for some lost ground. Guns down Nahar at first base for the second out.
Yeah, that was an absolute missile out of the right hand of Kate O'Hara, sending it over to Tollerman. And with that big bouncer, he knew that he was going to have to throw it hard. And he's a pitcher, so he used his arm right there to whip it over to first.
The two-way player at shortstop today. O'Hara primarily used as a closer type this season for the Blues. Here's the first pitch to Cy Turner. He's tardy on a fastball here and sends it up and out of play for strike one, a foul ball. Turner walked the last time he was up. That was in the first, where he stole second and was stranded in scoring position off a fly ball and a strikeout swinging to end the frame. With two outs, here's the 0-1. Turner takes low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Cy having a bit of a rough summer with Alameda, batting south of 200, only slugging .379, but when you look at that 197 average, that's actually pretty impressive. The 1-1. Turner takes a slider just off the plate inside, 2 balls and a strike. Turner with a .379 slugging with just 1 home run this season for Alameda. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a pop-up, and once again another foul ball sent up and straight back for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The deuce is wild for the second baseman as his team trails by 2 to the San Luis Obispo Blues. Base is empty, the right side of the infield shading to the pull side of the left-handed hitting Turner. The righty Vidal delivers. Pitch just misses high and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Vidal's misses have gotten a lot better because they're not missing by much. He's pounding the strike zone, and his balls that he's throwing are competitive pitches.
They really are, and that's a great sign from Vidal. When he misses, it's been far, but today he's really honed it in against the Merchants. Here's the payoff. Swing and a foul tip at home plate goes off the mask of Button, and we'll do it again on 3 balls and 2 strikes. The variance was a lot greater in prior starts with Eric Vidal. It'd be a painted fastball and then one that just sailed over everyone's head. Here, it's, ooh, that was 50-50. Did he get the call?
Now, when you go back to his first start against the Stompers, 5 walks to 5 strikeouts.
Here's the payoff. Off the plate outside, and that's ball 4. Second walk of the day for Cy Turner, and it comes with 2 outs in the third. Vidal has pitched 2 walks today, and both are to Cy Turner.
You can live with a 2-out walk. You just now have to attack Nystrom and get out of this inning, but just lets the middle infielders go the easy way.
The 2 best hitters in this lineup due up for Alameda, Jackson Nystrom and Jace Jeremiah, who stands on deck. Both represented Alameda in the showcase game a couple days ago in Compton. First pitch, and it's a slow tapper to third. Ardois gobbles it up and throws it over to first in time. Tollerman stretches and makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Cy Turner stranded on base. No hits, no runs, no errors. Blues up 2-0. Into the bottom half of the 3rd we go on the Slow Blues Streaming Network. Here's Jake Hickson-Bob, the left-handed hitting right fielder today for the Blues. Stepping up in the bottom of the third. Takes a pitch low and outside. It's 1-0 against Cole Airhorn, who is pitching in his third inning of work. Airhorn has allowed 2 runs on 4 hits in 2 innings so far this afternoon. Hickson-Bob takes in the dirt. 2 balls and no strike to Hicks.
Hickson-Bob getting another opportunity after he had a really good game his last time he started 5 days ago against the Gulls, where he went 2 for 3 with a double, a walk, a stolen base, and 2 runs scored.
Getting another opportunity here, batting second and playing it right. With his squad up 2-0. 2-0, misses below the zone here. 3 balls and no strikes. Hickson-Bob lined out to center field the last time he was up. A solid barrel, but Kahar was right there to make the catch. Here's a called strike, 3-1. Here's a 3-1. Hickson-Bob hits it hard to the second baseman Turner, but he gets a candy hop and throws it over to first in time to retire Hicks.
It's a good barrel from Hicks and a 3-1 count. He got a pitch he liked, just right at a guy. It's a pitch that I think he would want back. He wants to hit it in that same spot, but elevate it a little bit and hit it on a line over the second baseman's head for some extra bases. It's a pretty solid at-bat there. You work yourself a good count, you put a good piece on it, you just don't get the launch angle you want.
So here's Zach Tellerman, who collected the first base hit of the day for the Blues back in the first. A single, in which he was stranded on second base there. He's 1 of 1. First pitch, Tellerman hits it hard into left field and it falls for a base hit. Zach Tellerman cruises around first base off a 95-mile-an-hour single. ZT is a perfect 2 for 2 this afternoon.
Coming off an 0 for 4 day, I got to feel good for ZT. Figured something out between yesterday's game and today, and maybe it was just a thing of rest, because him and the other Blues who made the showcase game drove down to Compton on Tuesday, stayed the night, but then on Wednesday after the game, they drove straight back to SLO and then had to play later that night.
First pitch to Sam Ardois, misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Ardois also recorded a base hit back in the first.
When I was talking to Gavin about that, he said it was really fun. He had a great time down there, but it was a little tiring.
Ardois swings and misses at an off-speed here for strike 1.
Might just feel good for Tollerman, who's 2 for 2 today after going 0 for 4 yesterday. Just get a full night of sleep and get back out at the field, sleep in a little bit, catch up.
Here's the 1-1. Ardois dribbles it to short. Jeremiah flips to second for 1, and the Merchants turn the double play to get out of the inning. Hard hit single for ZT, but nothing to show for it. We head into the 4th inning. The Blues still up 2-0 on the SLO Blues streaming network. Top of the fourth inning here at Sinsheimer Stadium. The Blues have a 2-0 lead against the Alameda Merchants as Eric Cavidal heads out there for his fourth inning of work. Jace Jeremiah leads it off for the Merchants. First pitch, and Jeremiah takes it a called strike 0-1. Well, we just finished the All-Star break in the CCL and in Major League Baseball as well. We have a couple of Blues who were picked up. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a roller to the right side. Murillo slides, but he can't make the play. Rolls up his forearm and into right field. A base hit for Jace Jeremiah. Jace is now 1 for 2 today, fueling that .294 average coming into today's game. Racking up that total base number. That's base number 30 on the season for Jace Jeremiah.
Number 36, Aiden Atlas.
Well, we had one player drafted that was a Blue,
yes,
who pitched here this summer, and that's Luke Kovac. Went to the Toronto Blue Jays. As the first pitch misses inside to Aiden Tackless, and that's an easy 90 feet for Jeremiah there as it gets past the catcher Button and into the backstop. A wild pitch puts the shortstop Jeremiah in scoring position.
Gonna actually go as a passed ball officially. That one booted off the glove of Nico Button. Yeah, good for Luke Kovac. Going up north over the border to Toronto.
Hey, Kovac in his first start famously came right from the combine in Arizona, straight off the plane, started his first game for the Blues in the middle of the summer. 1-0. Tackless wraps it on the ground right side. Tollerman drops to one knee and will tap first base himself, but Jeremiah advances into third. Unassisted putout. Tackless has 1 for 2 today, but the first run of the day now standing 90 feet away for Alameda as the tying run comes to the dish and Angelo Luna.
Productive out. You can see how the mental error from Nico Button on the pass ball comes back to haunt the Blues as the infield will play in up 2 with a runner on third and 1 out.
It's the left-handed hitting Luna, who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. First pitch, he foul tips it off the shin guard of Button for strike 1. Yeah, drafted in the 19th round by the Toronto Blue Jays out of Cal Poly. A local kid, too, from Lompoc, California. This is Luke Kovac, who pitched for the Blues. And he had a kind of a short stint with San Luis Obispo as well. Only made 2 starts for the Blues. And in 7 innings of work, allowed 7 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 2 earned runs. High bouncing ball down the first base line, but it's foul. So congratulations to Luke Kovac. There's also another Blue. This is a former Blue, though. He wasn't drafted, but he signed as a free agent to the San Diego Padres. It's San Diego's own Jake Bold, the catcher from Princeton, inked with the brown and gold a couple days ago. Played for the Blues in the summer of 2023. He's one of their best hitters. Here's the 0-2. Misses outside, 1-2. Jake Bold was mic'd up by our social media team that summer and delivered some very entertaining content.
Don't sell yourself short. You were the social media team.
1-2. Bounces down the first base line and foul once again. Yeah, he got mic'd up and it was a lot of fun. A big personality and a big bat too. A great kid and totally deserves that signing with the Padres. Congrats to Jake Bold and to Luke Kovac. Infield playing in a 1-2 count with 1 out and a runner at third. Tying run at the dish and Luna. Resting his bat on his left shoulder, takes it off and leaves the pitch outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Eric Cavidal. Outfield playing at their regular depth, the wind blowing from right to left. Shadows beginning to cascade onto the field. The 2-2. Off the plate again from Cavidal and now a full count.
Getting a little wild right here. Now at exactly 60 pitches with 23 of them being balls.
Luna has driven in 8 this summer for Alameda, playing in his 17th game with the Merchants. The payoff. Luna swings and misses, strike three. Cavito's got some words. He's fired up after that K. A huge second out for Eric in the top half of the fourth.
He just pumped 90 right by Luna in a high leverage situation. That's got to feel good for Cavito. As I mentioned, that bat got a little bit away from him in 0-2 to 3-2, but able to get Luna with the fastball. Luna was way behind it.
A sigh of relief here for the Blues defense as Jerry Nick steps up to the dish. From the stretch, first pitch is a hanging sweeper and a called strike, 0-1. Nick's entering his senior season at Doane College as a native from Ripon, California. Playing in just his fourth game of the summer for Alameda today. Here's the 0-1. Swings and grounds it to O'Hara at short, who bobbles it on the backhand, throws it across his body, but a run will score. An RBI infield single for Jerry Nix.
It's a really tough play for O'Hara to make. The fact that he knocked it down and was even able to make a throw over to first base is pretty impressive. Merchants get their first run in an unorthodox way. Base hit, pass ball, move up on a ground ball, and then an infield single.
So it's a one-run game. Blues lead 2-1 in the top of the fourth, and it brings up Ben Giovanetti, the third baseman batting eighth, who's 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center. First pitch, he's laid on a fastball here and pops it up and down the right field line, well foul into the trees for strike one. Ben from Ball State is a rising senior at 6 feet 200 pounds, a native of Redwood City, California, playing in game number 15 for Alameda today. Here's the 0-1. Big hack and a miss on a slider for strike two. 8 for 48 heading into today's game. Was 0 for 2 the last time he played. That was in their 17-1 loss against the Sonoma Stompers on July 13. That was 5 days ago. Here's the 0-2. Giovanetti with a slow roller to second. Murillo gets it on a weird hop, stays with it, throws it over to first in time, and the side is retired. Jerry Nix with an RBI single makes it a 2-1 game. The Blues still lead as they strand a runner on base. We head into the bottom of the fourth on the Slow Blues streaming network. Bottom half of the fourth inning is brought to you by the talented team at Studio Design Group Architects. Whether you're designing, planning, or needing permits for a new space, Studio Design Group and their collaborative philosophy have you covered. Visit sdgarchitects.com to learn more. Charlie Caruso leads it off in the bottom of the fourth for the Blues. After him, it's Drew Raymond and Diego Murillo. Caruso takes the first pitch low and outside from the righty Cole Airhorn for ball one. Caruso's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout looking to end the first, but he's coming off a fantastic 3 for 3 day yesterday against the Merchants. Here's the 1-0. Caruso flinches and takes a called strike 1-1.
I had a hefty conversation with Caruso about yesterday, as any broadcaster would when a guy hits 2 home runs. And he was telling me about that adjustment we talked about with his hands, getting them a little more separated, allows the barrel to be in the zone a little bit longer. But he was also telling me that after his at-bat with the second home run, when they brought in the righty, apparently it was a move made to the bullpen because the kid's family was in town that day, and he felt bad that he hit a home run off of him. I was like, dude, don't feel bad. You crushed it, dude.
Only a good kid like Charlie Caruso would feel bad for hitting a home run. He's an empath. Here's the 2-2. Caruso takes it low, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
I was like, he got the other 3 batters that he faced out.
Yeah.
Like, he can give up a home run. That's fine.
There's something funny that Charlie said about his home runs, too. Here's the payoff. Caruso takes it inside. That's ball 4. Leadoff walk for Charlie Caruso, and the first walk of the day issued from Cole Airhorn. He said, "Did you know it was gone right away?" And he was like, "Oh, absolutely." And we went, "Oh, did you celebrate immediately? Any bat flip or anything?" He goes, "No, I don't do that." But then you turn back the clock a little bit and look at his triple he hit. He totally bat flipped and walked down first and was like, "Oh yeah, this one's gone."
Maybe that was his change, that swing.
Yes. Here's Drew Raymond, who swings at the first pitch and pops it up foul for strike 1.
Especially here, where the ball does not fly very well to right field, and he got all of that triple a couple of weeks ago and did pimp it a little bit. And then he was like, okay, I have to run these ones out because they might not go with this wind.
He's at first now with Raymond at the dish. 0-1. Drew swings and misses over a changeup for strike 2. Raymond singled today, the third base hit of the afternoon for the Blues. There's a leadoff single in the second, and he came around to score on Diego Murillo's RBI triple laced into the right center gap. Here's the 0-2. And Raymond with a high bouncer to second. Turner gets there. He'll flip it over to second for 1, and they force out Caruso. So Drew Raymond reaches on a fielder's choice, and there's 1 out with a runner on first. This time, it's not Charlie, though. It's Drew.
Some important CCL news in terms of the Blues, as the Stompers Crawdads just finished up about 10 minutes ago. The Stompers defeated the Crawdads, which means as of this current moment, the Crawdads are no longer a playoff team. They go from second to fourth. The Blues are in second and the Merchants are in third, but that will change after this game.
Here's Diego Murillo, who swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. And that is a sentence I never thought I'd hear anyone say, because the battle for first place has been this team right here, the Alameda Merchants, and the Walnut Creek Crawdads. They've just been exchanging blows all summer, and to see them fall out of that spot is incredible. Pick over to first, and not in time to get Raymond.
And that means the Stompers, as of right now, are a game and a half in first place.
Here's the 0-1. Murillo takes a slider outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. If the Blues were to win today against Alameda, they would be in that second place spot in the playoffs, which means they would host the wild card game here at Sinsheimer.
That would be on the 29th of July.
1-1, pitch misses low and outside. The catcher, Nix, thought about throwing over to first, but holds up the offering, and it's 2-1 to Diego. Murillo, the second baseman, not only has been good with the glove, but clutch with the bat. Talked about that RBI triple he hit in the second. This time the throw does go down to first, and Raymond's back in there standing. I never understood why base runners don't just always slide. If it's kind of close, slide.
Yeah, I agree. It's one, it's safer, and 2, you're more likely to not get thrown out.
3-1, Raymond takes off, but Murillo pops it up down the right field line. Toklas giving chase in the shadows, and in foul ground, he won't have a play. Raymond retreats back to first. Full count now to Diego. Still uncommitted after hitting the transfer portal after 1 season at Northeastern State in Oklahoma. Put up some good numbers there with the Riverhawks, and surprisingly, this deep into summer, is still uncommitted. We know he's had some talks with some Division I programs, but so far we've seen nothing come of it. Here's the 3-2. Murillo dribbles it to short. Jeremiah flips it to second for one, and the Merchants turn the double play to get out of the inning. Back-to-back innings where Alameda has turned a double play to end the frame. We head into the fifth. Blues up 2-1 over Alameda on the SLO Blues streaming network. Hayden Young-Goldberg leads it off in the top of the fifth inning. The Blues lead 2-1 against the Alameda Merchants. This past half inning, grounded into a double play to end it. It's two frames in a row where the Blues have grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end their turn on offense. So it's Goldberg who's 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging in the second. Vidal's back out there again. Pitch misses inside, 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Young Goldberg with a grounder to first. Tellerman gloves it and flips it to Eric over at first base with the first out of the inning.
Easy 3-1 put out for Vidal as he gets his fifth inning started and looks to maintain this one-run lead for the Blues. Been very solid today. Definitely his best outing to date for Vidal.
Yeah, been very consistent with his pitches. Not missing by much. Missing away to left-handed hitters for sure, but it's nothing crazy. Nothing in the other batter's box or anything. So there's the top of the order, Dom Nahar. Nahar takes the pitch outside, 1-0. The center fielder is 0 for 2 today. A liner to O'Hara at short and a ground ball to short as well. Here's the 1-0. Nahar takes off the plate again outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Sun coming to a set here in San Luis Obispo. Lights turning on as we get ready for some nighttime baseball. 2-0 misses high, 3-0. Once again, those trees over the bullpen down the right field line, cascading a significant shadow over the infield. The 3-0. This is high and tight, and that's ball 4. Third walk of the day issued from Eric Kvidal, and it comes with 1 out in the 5th. Something funny about the trees bringing the shadow over the field, something funny about the state of California in general, is that they, being the state of California, have a very low tree biodiversity. There's only about like 6 or 7 species of trees in the whole state, which like you would think there'd be a lot more because it is such a nature-rich state. Off the dome, I can think like pine tree. Palm trees famously are not native to California. Eucalyptus aren't native either. They came from Australia. Actually, there's a good story about that. Pick over at first, not in time. Here's how eucalyptus trees got. You don't have any in NorCal, right? Eucalyptus trees.
Ooh, I don't. Like, it's funny, you say that. Right next to my house, there's a eucalyptus lane, so I feel like maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Another pick, not in time. Well, they're all over Southern California, and here's the reason why. So when they were building the railroad system throughout SoCal, they needed lumber to build the tracks. Again, another pick to first base, not in time. They needed to build tracks, right? And there weren't enough trees, at least on the coastal part of SoCal, to build the tracks. So the Americans, or I think it was then the Spaniards at the time, bought lumber from Australia, and it was eucalyptus trees because it was covering the island. First pitch is sent up and out of play. This is Cy Turner, by the way. And so they purchased all these eucalyptus trees, all these seeds, all these trees to make the railroad tracks. And I don't know if Australia knew about this, if they knew they were scamming the U.S. or Spain, but the wood was just not at all sufficient for holding trains. And so there were accidents, there were crashes, and they had to scrap the railroad like immediately because the wood wasn't good enough. Runner takes off. The throw from Button can't be gloved by O'Hara at short. That's a stolen bag for Dom Nahar.
His 22nd of the season.
His second in the CCL in stolen bases. More of the same here for the center fielder Nahar. So as a result, there's eucalyptus trees all over SoCal because they planted a bunch because like, oh, we're gonna build a bunch of trains. Not the case. So now a runner in scoring position. That's the tying run in scoring position for the Merchants. Here's Cy Turner. Pitch misses outside. 2 balls and a strike now to Cy. A right-hander gets loose in the Blues bullpen. It's Charlie Royal, another Cal Poly Mustang. Turner is 0 for 0 today with a pair of walks. Here's the 2-0. This one sent into left center field, and it finds some real estate for a base hit. There's the green light to Nahar. He will score easily. The ball rolls all the way to the wall. Turner around second and heads into third. He gets in there safely with a feet-first slide. RBI triple ties the game in the top half of the 5th. It's 2-2.
There's a really good swing there from Cy Turner that averaged under 200, but right there makes Kvidal pay for leaving a pitch out over the plate and scores Nahar from second with ease.
Cy Turner gets rewarded by the baseball gods with a 100-mile-an-hour triple after a pair of walks to start his day. So a walk comes back to hurt the Blues. It was Dom Nahar who scored, and now it's Jackson Nystrom with a runner at third. First pitch misses inside, 1-0. Turner represents the go-ahead run after that RBI triple. And it's Nystrom who's 0 for 2 today. A fly out to center and a grounder to third. Rolls it in front of the Blues dugout for strike 1. Jackson, a native of Livermore, California, is a Don from the University of San Francisco. Infield plays in on the 1-1. Nystrom takes in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike now. And Ryan mentioned Nystrom's story yesterday, defeating stage 4 cancer this past year. That's why he doesn't have a lot of numbers from 2025 with the Dons, and not a lot in 2024 when he got his diagnosis early in the season. Here's the 2-1. Nystrom off the hands, pops it into shallow left, and it drops in for a base hit. Merchants take the lead off a bleeding single from Jackson Nystrom. It's 3-2.
Kvidal starting to get pieced up a little bit now. Probably won't be long before we see the move get made to the bullpen and we see Royal come in. Kvidal's now giving up 3 runs in the last 2 innings.
And sometimes you never know with manager Dean Trainer. He lets guys go, I think, a little bit too long, and sometimes he takes them out too early. Hopefully this isn't one of those cases where Kvidal is left out to dry for too long. So now it's Jace Jeremiah. He's 1 for 2. Jeremiah waves and misses at a sweeper for strike 1.
If I had to guess, this might be Kvidal's last batter. Either a base hit, a walk, something like that would probably take him out of the game, or if he could get a ground ball double play and get out, we'll probably see a new pitcher in the top of the 6th.
Over at first, not in time.
Also, thanks to our stats guys, we have some more nerd playoff stuff.
Yes.
So, as it currently stands, Sonoma beating Walnut Creek makes their magic number to clinch the 1 seed 7.
Slider misses outside, 1-1.
Essentially, what that means is that over their last games, the Stompers either need 7 wins or a combination of 7 wins and losses amongst their closest competitors. So the Blues, the Crawdads, and the Merchants.
Here's the 1-1. Misses outside, 2-1.
It would specifically be the 2 seed in their case if they're trying to get the 1 seed. Their playoff magic number goes to 5, so they hold their own fate to make the playoffs. The Stompers are officially a playoff team regardless of the outcome of their games. Walnut Creek still holds the tiebreaker over Sonoma, however, so they do have to be ahead of Sonoma. The Blues, their magic number is 9.
Pitches a called strike, 2-2.
So for the Blues to be a playoff team, with including today, they have 8 games remaining. So they would need a combination of wins and losses amongst the teams that are the closest competitors, which today would be the Merchants, and they would have to win out as well for their best odds.
Long hold from Kvidal, the 2-2. Sent straight back and into the fence. We'll do it again.
Their magic number for the 2 seed is also 9. So if they were to just squeak into the playoffs, they would actually end up being the 2 seed. I don't think there's any possibility of them being the 3 seed according to what we're being told from our stats people.
It's a convoluted road and a very tight race in the CCL North. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kvidal gets the 2nd out of the inning on his 4th, or checked at 5th K of the day. 2nd of the afternoon for Jace Jeremiah.
Yeah, I think the best way to put the Blues playoff hopes is win a lot and hope other teams lose.
Yes.
If you win all of your games, you'll make the playoffs.
Easier said than done. But anything's possible. The Blues were on a 10-game win streak to finish out their season last year. They're on a 3-game streak right now.
Well, they could finish it off on an 11-game win streak if they were to win the rest of their games. 2 more against the Merchants. Legends on Sunday. Philippines, Barons, and Bombers. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then Oaks and Riptide.
Those are some tough teams. Oaks in the CCL South. They're in first place. And the Riptide, of course, the hottest team in the league right now with a 7-game winning streak.
I mean, those 2 teams have won 17 of their last 20 games combined. So
those are teams that you can rely on to lose a lot if you're looking at the playoff picture. This one's fouled off, and it's a 1-2 count to Aiden Toklas, who's 1 for 2 today.
Fortunately for the Blues, those are teams that they don't need to lose because they're in the South. However, they do need them to lose at least 1 game each, and that's when they come down to Sinsheimer to play the Blues.
Short lead at first base with 2 outs. The 1-2. Slow roller to first, and it goes into the 4-hole, a base hit. Tallman didn't even budge. Going first to third is Nystrom. Here comes the throw, and now the runner Toklas heads into second with no one covering the bag. Base hit for Aiden Toklas. He advances on the throw. There's 2 runners in scoring position, and the nightmare continues for Kvidal.
An ambitious throw from Hixenbaugh, but then nobody was covering third as Dean Trainer is going to come out.
The trainer has his left hand in his pocket. The right one's out. I would guess it's to point at the bullpen. Dean, known to take his time coming out there to the hill to talk to his pitcher. If there's no change, it will be Angelo Luna, who's 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks today against Kvidal. So if Eric were to stay in for one more batter, it would be this guy because he's got his number.
This would definitely be a situation where Dean might look at the overall stats today and say, oh, he's 0 for 2 with a couple of Ks. Eric, I'm going to extend the leash a little bit against Luna, give you a chance. It looks like that's going to be the case, but more than likely this will be the last batter of the day for Eric Kvidal, regardless of if he gets him out or not.
A 2-run top of the 5th inning for the Alameda Merchants, and they have taken the lead 3-2 over the Blues. Blues had 2 runs of their own in the second, and they had the lead up until this frame. Alameda brought it within 1 in the 4th and then tied it up this inning, and then have since taken the lead. Nystrom at third and Toklas at second. Here's Angelo Luna with 2 Ks. Luna takes outside 1-0. Angelo's a first baseman from Pittsburgh, California, and a commit to St. Edward's University. The 1-0, swing and a miss for strike 1. Luna this past season at Cosumnes River College hit 4 home runs and 5 doubles. 32 hits and 109 at-bats. That's good for a .294 average with a .450 slugging. A .369 on-base percentage. Here's the 1-1 from Kvidal. Slider hitting the outside corner, 1-2.
That's a good pitch from Kvidal. His pitch count's getting up there, but the velocity's still there. The break is still there. He honestly looks pretty energized still, but these hitters for the Merchants are figuring him out a little bit.
Charlie Royal panting in the Blues bullpen. He's ready to go. It's still Kvidal. Here's the 1-2. Pitch barely misses off the plate outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3-hit inning for the Merchants. Have scored 2 runs.
Nate, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 runners on, and a 2-run inning with number 22 at the plate, who has 2 strikeouts today.
The stars have aligned. Here's the 2-2. Pitch misses low in the dirt, and it's picked by Button. A full count now from Eric. And this is what we're talking about when it gets out of hand for Kvidal. He's longer at bats. He starts to work slower. When he's in a groove and he's striking out guys, he's working a lot quicker. You can tell the tempo has slowed down dramatically. 3 walks to his 5 strikeouts today, though. Trying to prevent another walk here. Here's the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kvidal's got the number of Angelo Luna. 3 strikeouts this afternoon for the first baseman, and that ends the 5th. But not before Alameda takes the lead. An RBI triple from Cy Turner, and it's a 3-2 ball game, accompanied by a bloop single from Nystrom. We head into the bottom half of the 5th inning, halfway through on the Slow Blue Streaming Network. New noodle into the game for the Alameda Merchants halfway through at Sinsheimer Stadium. Bottom half of the fifth, and the Blues now trail 3-2 against the Merchants. Jackson Garcia, the right-hander from Chabot College, making an appearance out of the pen to face the Blues. He's got Nico Button, Cade O'Hara, and E.J. Royal due up in this frame. Garcia is making his 6th appearance of the summer, and in 10 innings of work has allowed 7 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 9 walks. He has a 5.40 earned run average, and he delivers ball 1 to Nico Button here.
Not a huge strike thrower, 16 strikeouts in 22 2/3 innings this last year at Chabot.
Button pops this one up and out of play for strike 1.
18 walks as well, so more walks than strikeouts. Gave up 23 hits and 15 earned runs. Good for a 6 ERA and a 1.81 whip.
Well, he's got a few pitches in that arsenal as Button swings and misses here for strike 2. Slider, sinker, changeup, but what you're going to see pretty much most of the time is that fastball, which tops out at 86 miles an hour. Button takes low here on a bait changeup, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And to left-handed hitters, again, it's mostly fastball. From the windup, here's a 2-2. Nico foul tips it off the hands and off the face of the catcher, Nix. We'll do it again at a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Nico hit a sacrifice fly in the second inning to score the second run of the day for the Blues. They now trail by 1 against Alameda, who dropped 2 on their head in the top of the 5th. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Button with a slow roller down the first base line, and it's foul. Cade O'Hara, the shortstop, stands on deck. He's 0 for 1 today. And Garcia, as we said, from Chabot College. In 2024, had a 5.96 earned run average in 22 2/3 innings pitched. Button gets a hold of this one to right field. Toklas going back at the warning track. He makes a two-handed grab. The wind bats down a high fly ball from Nico.
That ball 94 off the bat to the warning track. And if I'm Charlie Crusoe, I'm giving him a little bit of blip after that one. After he sent 2 out yesterday, his catcher buddy can't get that one to go.
Both left-handed hitting catchers. Charlie with those 2 pole side home runs. Nico can't quite get there. So here's Cade O'Hara. He popped out to right the last time he was up. Garcia from the windup strides and shoots. And O'Hara swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1.
Garcia, guys, he's a lot more comfortable when he's able to pitch from the windup with the bases empty. When runners get on, you can really see that effect, and he's very keen to when there are batters.
Here's the 0-1. O'Hara pokes it high and foul down the first base side.
And when O'Hara is at his best to me is when he's being patient at the plate. And we haven't seen that today. He flew out at an 0-2 count in the second. He finds himself at an 0-2 count right here. But in the base hit he had yesterday, he put himself in a really good situation.
0-2. O'Hara leaves it high. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The catcher, Nix, had to come out of his squat. Yeah, that patience has been tested this summer for Cade. Just 9 walks to his 26 strikeouts for a .286 on-base percentage this summer with the Blues. O'Hara swings and foul tips it off the chest of Nix behind home plate. We'll do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's not even the walk to strikeouts that I look at. It's just the aggressiveness and, 0-1 counts to just be swinging away. I think he might benefit from just taking a pitch, seeing one, especially this is a new pitcher he hasn't faced today, just watching a pitch into the glove of the catcher and then being able to attack after he's seen a few.
Here's the 1-2. O'Hara takes a slider inside that fell out of the fingertips of Garcia, and now an even 2 ball, 2 strike count. And I wonder, Ryan, if that patience is a result of O'Hara getting more reps as a pitcher too. The strike zone a lot better when you're pitching on top of hitting. 2-2. Cade takes this one for strike 3. Off speed, nibbles the outside corner, and O'Hara goes down looking.
been a pretty good zone today. That one just barely missed, at least according to our technology. Just got to be a little more protective up at the plate. He's talking about how you should be patient, but once you get in a 2-strike count, that's when you have to be aggressive.
Yeah, maybe a little too patient there, as with 2 outs, we'll flip it to the top of the order and E.J. Royal. Royal's first pitch is a called strike, 0-1. E.J. is 0 for 2 today, a pop out to left and a ground ball to third. We talked about how, for his standards, is going through somewhat of a mini slump. The 0-1. This is high, 1 ball and a strike.
Yeah, only 1 hit in his last 10 at-bats. Come on, EJ.
He is a multi-hit machine, which is why he is just a pencil in for that leadoff spot every single day for manager Dean Trainer. Here's the 1-1. EJ takes a bouncing ball that shoots over the catcher Nix's head. 2 balls and a strike.
And when I say come on, EJ, it's just because we never see him hit like this. He's very consistently going to get a hit a game every single game. That's what maintains his 311 average he is this season. It maintained his 350 average he finished with last season. He's just a beast for the Blues.
2-1, sent straight back, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the thing with EJ, too, you talk about consistency, which is something I think this Blues team lacks, and if they end up not making the playoffs this summer, that will be the death of them, is not being able to find a certain stride. EJ is the antithesis of that. He approaches the game the same every day. But he takes strike 3 here and ends the inning. Jackson Garcia faces the minimum as he strikes out 2 to end the frame. We head into the 6th inning. The Blues trail 3-2 against the Merchants on the SLO Blues streaming network.
Bringing up for the Merchants, it's number 14.
Top of the sixth inning at Sinsheimer Stadium. The Blues trail 3-2 against the Alameda Merchants, and a new pitcher in for San Luis Obispo. It's another Cal Poly Mustang, Charlie Royal. The righty replaces Eric Cavidal, who started today's game for the Blues. Leading off, it's Jerry Nix. Nix sends it straight back, and that's strike one on the foul ball. Cavidal, in 5 innings of work, allowed 3 earned runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Those walk numbers were down for Eric's standards, but towards the end, kind of unfolded a little bit with a 3-hit, 2-run 5th inning to take the lead for Alameda. There's a nice looking slider from Royal, but it misses high, 1-1.
Royal, 5-pitch mix, mainly fastball, but you're going to see the cutter, a sweeper, a changeup, and a slider as well. A fastball gets all the way up to about 90.
1-1, and a fastball is sent straight back here, and it's fouled 1-2.
His best pitch, just looking at the metrics, is probably that changeup with less than 1,000 RPMs. It's what you want to see on the changeup. Good horizontal and vertical break. 7.5 inches of vertical, 11.5 inches of horizontal. That changeup from full hitters.
Here's the 1-2. This one's weakly popped up to the right side. The second baseman, Murillo, hops and makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Now, Royal, making his 4th appearance with the Blues this summer, in 11 2/3 innings of work, has allowed 9 earned runs on 14 hits, 4 walks to his 10 strikeouts in 11 2/3 innings. He's here with 1 out now, and Ben Giovanetti digging in. Giovanetti is 0 for 2 today, a fly out and a ground out. He's the third baseman batting 8th this afternoon. The first pitch, broken bat at a slow roller right up the middle, gloved by O'Hara, who flings it in the air for the second out of the inning. Ooh, that's a scary moment there for Royal. I don't even know what I'd be looking at right there. I have 2 pieces of flying objects coming at me.
Yeah, I mean, the bat made a good way out into the infield. It looked like maybe it even splintered too. There might have been another piece of wood floating around out there. Royal, just duck and cover would be my advice.
They just get out the way, right? Just dive away. And so it's no longer Hayden Young-Goldberg. Fabian Gomez is now pinch hitting. Gomez takes the first pitch and a called strike, 0-1. Fabian Gomez is from Concord, California, and is a gaucho from UC Santa Barbara, as he swings and misses here for a strike. Check that. This is Caleb Latimer from Fresno, from Coalinga College. And he takes strike 3. A quick strikeout here for Charlie Royal. What a strange way to end the inning. Trying to figure out who came in for Hayden Young-Goldberg. And before we could even get it out, Royal collects his first strikeout of the day. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning, 3-2 Alameda on the Slow Blue Streaming Network. Bottom half of the sixth inning is brought to you by SLO County Golf. They offer 3 courses in SLO, Morro Bay, and Atascadero, and they also offer a unique combination of beautiful scenery and affordable prices. Book your next tee time at slocountygolf.com. Jake Hicksonbaugh leads off the inning. He's first pitch swinging and flares it into the bleachers for a foul ball. There's a new pitcher into the game, Armando Murillo. He's a right-hander and a Lemoore, California native, also a JUCO bandit from West Hills College. He's making his 6th appearance of the summer for the Merchants and has a 2.45 earned run average in 14 2/3 innings pitched. The 0-1. Hicksonbaugh pops this one up on the left side. Third baseman Latimer, who just checked into this game, can't make the catch in foul ground. He had a tough angle as he slid to get that baseball, but couldn't get there. No balls and 2 strikes to Jake Hicksonbaugh. Hicksonbaugh today getting a chance in right field and batting second. Hasn't had too many opportunities to show his worth on this Blues roster, and this is one of those moments where he has to come through and shine, and he's done all that he could. He hit a ball hard to center field, a line out to Nahar, who could easily make the grab, and another one hard too to second base, who was then Turner for a 4-3 putout. His new second baseman is now O'Sullivan. 0-2, Hicksonbaugh leaves it low and inside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A few substitutions into the game for Alameda. Latimer's at third, O'Sullivan's at second, and Turner is in left. O'Sullivan started at second base yesterday. Hicksonbaugh wraps it on the ground right side and into right field, a base hit. Seeing eye single as Hicksonbaugh rounds first, and that's all he'll get. Leadoff base hit for the kid, and that brings up Zach Tellerman, who is a perfect 2 for 2 today. A single in the first and a single in the third. Hicksonbaugh finally catches a break. I talked about the few hard hit balls that he got, and at last finds some real estate here. So with a runner on first, the tying run that is, the go-ahead run comes up to the dish and Zach Tellerman. And he certainly has the power to take the lead in this ball game. On the summer, he has 2 home runs, 1 triple and 4 doubles. Short lead off first for Hicksonbaugh. As Tellerman takes the high slider, they pick back over to first. They got him! Jake Hicksonbaugh is gunned down on the backdoor pickoff from Nix. A costly out for this Blues offense. Just one of those things that just can't happen. I understand it can, and it just did. But if you're trying to win this game, those mistakes can't happen as frequently as this.
Hicks just got a really big secondary, and Nick saw it behind the dish, threw him out.
Tallman takes the pitch downstairs, and it's a 1-1 count now to ZT with the bases empty. So now if Tallman were to go yard here, he's got 2 long balls on the season, tied for first place, a 3-way tie. It would only tie the game. From the windup, here's the new pitcher, Murillo. Tallman swings and misses for strike 2 on a sweeper. That's been the Blues' kryptonite all summer, the sweeper. They have not been able to figure out how to hit that sweeper that starts on the outer half of the zone and breaks away. With 1 out, here's the 1-2. Tallman takes a sweeper low, and it's ball 2 to ZT.
Yeah, especially when you look at who's coming up in this order with Tollerman or Dubois, who are 3 for 4 in today's game. That's a mistake that you definitely don't want to make if you're Hicksonbaugh.
The 2-2. Tollerman takes inside and moves into a full count. Yeah, especially coming off the heels of a game like yesterday where the Blues made a few mistakes on the base paths. 2 caught stealings, 2 pickoffs, and then today a pickoff by Jake Hicksonbaugh. There's ball 4 in the dirt to ZT. So now the tying run is back on base, and it's Sam Ardois, who is frankly just as dangerous as Zach Tollerman in my opinion.
Hindsight's 20/20, but if Hicks doesn't get thrown out on first base, you have the leading run on base with Ardois up and nobody out.
It's hard not to play that game, especially when you're down on the field and you're in the dugout. That's certainly a thought that's going through the Blues' mind right now as Dean Traynor exchanging a couple of words with Hicksonbaugh and the far end of the dugout after that pickoff. So Tollerman's at first now, and it's Sam Ardois with 1 out. First pitch, Ardois flinches but takes a pitch off the plate inside, 1-0. The third baseman, Ardois, is 1 for 2 today. A single in the first and grounded into a double play in the third. That is the 4th time this summer that Sam Ardois has grounded into a double play. That leads the team. The 1-0. Sammy scooches out of the way of a pitch inside, 2 balls and no strikes, and the catcher Nick's trying to get on the same page as Murillo here off that wild pitch, missing on the inner part of the plate. Paul Teixeira, the first base coach, exchanging some words with the first base umpire. I would imagine still talking about that call over at first where Jake Hicksonball was out on the pickoff.
Yeah, 100%. I saw Tex go right over to the base umpire and argue that call immediately, so I'm sure they're still having some discussions about that.
I mean, at this point, I think they're maybe just selling. Maybe they've exhausted that a little bit too much. Our vantage point here in the press box, Hicksonball looked out, honestly. You can't change the past here as Ardois sits in a 2-0 count. He swings and pops it up off the hands. The catcher, Nix, throws off his mask, but he won't have a play as it drops into the grass bleachers at Sinsheimer Stadium. 2-1 count now to the Northwestern State Command. The future Demon is a native of Moss Bluff, Louisiana, who will be playing for his 3rd university in 3 years. Ardois, also one of the handful of all-stars to represent the Blues on Team North in the CCL Showcase game. Went hitless in that game a couple days ago, 0 for 2. He takes a pitch inside, 3 balls and a strike now. 0 for 2 and he started for the North, but he drove in a run on an RBI ground out, walked and struck out. 16 runs batted in this summer, and these would carry some more weight. Slider misses outside, and that's ball 4. They talked about the Blues' struggle with the outside slider, while Ardois just stuck it to me.
I could say it again. Hindsight is 20/20, but yeah, bases loaded and no outs if you don't make that base running mistake. Blues could use that right now big time.
So now a meeting at the mound with the entire infield as Charlie Caruso comes to the plate. And I think the Alameda coaching staff getting flashbacks to yesterday on Charlie's 3 for 3 day with a couple of home runs, a couple of solo shots, one of them going 406 feet, the farthest home run we've seen at Sinsheimer all season.
Yeah, Caruso seeing ball well yesterday, and it was right around this time of the game where he really sparked with that long home run. Came in the 7th inning, currently the 6th. Caruso, that 2 home run day, got the nod again today, moves up 3 spots in the lineup and looking to come through big time for his team right here.
And 0 for 1 day so far, strikeout, a walk. But we are well aware of his abilities. Zach Tellerman's at second and Sam Ardois at first. The go-ahead run is over at first base as Ardois kicks up some dust. First pitch. Caruso takes it off the plate outside, 1-0. And with that 3 for 3 day yesterday, the stats on Caruso have inflated dramatically. A 400 on base, a 467 slugging for an 867 OPS. Here's the 1-0. Caruso again takes the pitch, missing away. 2 balls and no strikes. Wind blowing out to left center field. We haven't seen Caruso go backside that often, even in batting practice. That pull side power is undeniable. Here's the 2-0. Again, a slider missing outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Murillo just kind of nibbling away at Charlie Caruso.
Yeah, you might think that the pitching coach that just came out told him, hey, remember, this guy hit 2 home runs, both off of righties yesterday, and you have third base open. You can walk him if you would rather not give up a 3-run home run.
Here's 3-0. Charlie takes all the way and takes called strike 1. Caruso enters today's game with 6 hits and his 30 at-bats. Those two solo shots yesterday were the first 2 runs Caruso had driven in all summer. The 3-1. Charlie takes a pitch outside, and that's ball 4. Bases are loaded for Drew Raymond, who's 1 for 2 today.
3 straight walks for the Blues batters after not recording a single walk in yesterday's game. They are seeing the ball a little bit better today.
A call to the pen for Alameda. We'll let you know who it is. It looks like it might be a left-hander. We'll let you know who it is. But a pitching change here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Blues are threatening to take the lead over Alameda. And it's a right-hander coming out of the bullpen. We'll tell you who it is after this on the SLO Streaming Network. A new pitcher into the game for the Alameda Merchants. It's the right-hander A.J. Gamboa, a former Pirate from Christian Brothers, now in the transfer portal, looking for a new place to call home. This past season at Christian Brothers University, in 59 of the 3rd innings pitched, had a 5.76 earned run average, 26 walks to his 39 strikeouts, and a 1.6 whip. And he's dealing with a tough situation here with the bases loaded and Drew Raymond stepping up. With 1 out, here he comes from the windup, the first pitch. Raymond takes a slider off the plate, and it's 0-1.
He's a 4-pitch guy. A lot of fastball, curveball, changeup. He'll throw the slider occasionally. That fastball sitting around 62 with the off-speed in the mid to high 70s.
Shakes off his catcher, Nix. Now he's got it. On the 0-1, Raymond swings and misses at a high fastball for strike 2. Drew has driven in 6 runs this summer for the Blues. No home runs, 1 triple and 2 doubles in his 12 hits. 15 strikeouts to his 4 walks. 0-2 misses outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's a big spot for him. 5 RBIs in league play this summer. Looking to make it 6, maybe even more.
Raymond, a former hockey player from Spokane, Washington, stands in with the bases loaded. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him on a sweeper on the back foot of Raymond, and a big second out here in the 6th.
Good movement on that slider. And Raymond was not ready for it. The first off-speed pitch he had seen. And now it'll be up to Diego Murillo, who already has an RBI in today's game.
the former Riverhawk from Northeastern State in Oklahoma, stepping in with a huge opportunity here. I've talked about it time and time again, his timely hitting this summer. This is a big moment here to write another chapter in that story. First pitch, and he takes a called strike, 0-1. Murillo is 1 for 2 today, an RBI triple in the second inning to take the lead, and grounded into a double play in the fourth. Here's the 0-1. Murillo takes a slider outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. All the runners on base will go under Armando Murillo, no relation's name. 3 straight walks. Tarman at third, Ardois at second, and Charlie Caruso at first. The go-ahead run stands at second. Murillo swings and misses for strike 2.
Yeah, when you look at the raw numbers, this is the guy you want up in the situation. He's not a big RBI guy, but he is 5th in the entire CCL in batting average. So he's going to give you a hit about 37% of the time.
With 2 strikes, here's Diego. Takes it high and tight, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Best opportunity of the day for the Blues to cash in. Here's the 2-2. Murillo right back up the middle, into center, a base hit. Tolman ties the game. Nahara bobbles it, and Ardois scores to take the lead. Go ahead, 1-run single, Diego Murillo, and he continues to be the hero.
Yeah, man, this guy is good at baseball. I mean, just simply put, he so timely. He right there just sends that one right back up the middle, and off rip, Ardois was going on contact with 2 outs, and easy send home. Moves up to second with his incredible base running skills. How has he not been signed yet? I don't get it.
It's a mystery.
Give this kid a chance.
Yeah. So as Ryan said, Charlie Caruso advances to third, and Murillo's at second. Here's Nico Button in what is now a 4-3 game. Nico, his first pitch swinging, and pops it up down the third base line. It'll be foul. Man, that was just a perfectly placed single. Just right back up the middle. That's one of those when you're at practice and you're in a situation where everyone's hitting in multiple cages. Coach goes, stop! Did everyone just see that? Up the middle, hit the L screen. Here's the 0-1. Button takes it off the plate outside, 1-1. Button is 0 for 1 today, a fly out to right and a sacrifice fly in the second. Here's the 1-1. Pitch is blocked in the dirt by Nix. 2 balls and a strike now. And Diego Murillo has just given the Blues the lead in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Here's the 2-1. Nico pops it up to the left side of the infield. Now into shallow left. The left fielder, Turner, makes the call and the catch to retire the side. But Diego Murillo continues his tear through the CCL and gives the Blues the lead with a 2-run single. 4-3 SLO as we finish it off in the final third of the ball game. Ryan Giacomini has got you the rest of the way on the SLO Blues streaming network.
top of the order for the Merchants, as Diego Murillo, he's barking today, earning himself a dog of the day with his 2 hits and 3 RBIs, giving the Blues the lead once more. So it is 4-3. Nahar swings through that fastball. First strike 1 from Charlie Royal. Swing and a miss again at another fastball is Nahar. Very quickly, he's down 0-2. He scored the second run of the day for the Merchants in the 5th inning when he walked, stole second, and scored on a side turner triple. That fastball is yanked down and away for ball 1. Royal in that first inning of work only threw 8 total pitches, 7 of which were strikes. That fastball also yanked. Count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. To Nahar, who is batting .347 this season, 33 for 95. No home runs, but 9 RBIs. Here's the 2-2. Called strike 3 right at the knees. The fastball got Nahar. Second strikeout of the day, second strikeout looking for Charlie Royal.
A good pitch for Charlie there. 4 batters have retired in a row for Royal. Good start of the bullpen, I'd say.
Looking to keep this lead for the Blues. They just grabbed it back. Swing and a miss. Change up there. Gets Cy Turner out in front, who recorded a triple the last time he was up. It was an RBI triple. Those previous 2 times were both walks. 1-1 is flared into left field. Raymond will meander to his right and make the grab for the second out. 2 up, 2 down, and 5 retired in a row for Charlie Royal. Now it'll be Jackson Nystrom, who had an RBI knock his last time. That scored Cy Turner after the triple, paired with a ground out and a fly out. Those are the 3rd and 1st, respectively. First pitch, slider that misses low for ball 1. Nystrom, today's designated hitter, as he was yesterday. The 1-0 from the windup is hit high but not deep. In the outfield, Raymond will range in, catch it with one hand right above the head. A quick 2 innings for Charlie Royal. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings on 17 total pitches. We head into the bottom of the 7th. Blues maintain their 1-run lead, and the bats are back up. It'll be O'Hara, Royal, and Hicksabot due up in the bottom half of the 7th inning as it's time to stretch here at Sinsheimer. O'Hara, who's 0 for 2 today, will lead it off against A.J. Gamboa, who finished off the 6th inning, gave up a hit and 2 runs, but those runs don't go on his line. They're going to go on Armando Murillo's, who started that inning and faced 4 batters. All 4 reached base safely. First pitch to O'Hara is a fastball at the knees for a called strike.
Man, you can't mention it enough, right? How clutch was Diego Murillo in that situation? That was a textbook base hit in that scenario.
Slider misses down. Evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike, and that's just what Murillo's been doing, honestly, all summer long. He's been so clutch for this team, and he's now become an everyday guy for the Blues at second base with his timely hitting, hitting for average, the ability to find gaps, the good glove at second base. It's hard for Dean Traynor to not put him in the lineup, especially with the lack of middle infielders on this team. It's now 1-2 to O'Hara from the windup. A fastball right at the numbers as O'Hara swings through it. Strike 3 swinging, O'Hara's 2nd time going down on strikes today.
Gamboa with some cheese on the upper part of the zone. So enticing to the right-handed hitter. O'Hara fishes right after it for the strikeout.
Today's official attendance at the ballpark, 11:04.
You said 11:04 right on?
11:04.
How's 11:08 sound for you?
Yeah.
See, knowing how good everyone else's guesses have been this season, I'm probably not even going to win.
You're 4 away.
People have won by being 2 away.
True. I guessed 11:91. Royal sends this one back up the middle for a base hit. A weak grounder gets past the pitcher and through the middle infielders for a 1-out hit. Royal's first hit of the ball game is a 1-out single.
We always like to poke fun at Ben for the total number. That's not true. That's not true. This time, you know what, Ryan? I think this was the best count of the summer.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
I think it would have been better if it was 4 more.
I agree.
And there's some days where I think I'm just lost because Ben does a good job.
Yes.
Our ticketing director. But I'll be like 100 off, and I'm like, I swear there were like 100 more people here. Hixenbaugh will lay down a beautiful bunt that stops right on the chalk. He'll be thrown out at first base, but Royal advances into scoring position.
Man, that was just money. It would be even better if it was just a little farther down the line because Hixenbaugh's got some speed going down to first. That would buy him just a smidge more time to get to first base. Other than that, man, I mean, luckily the dirt was a little thicker in that spot, I think. It just sat perfectly in fair territory.
And you were talking about how Murillo's base hit back up the middle is one of those situations where coach goes, stop. Is that the same situation there?
Yes.
Bunt?
Well, it's hard to say because that's kind of a freak situation. You don't see a baseball just like stop like that. That's more than skill, I feel like. There is some external force keeping that one in play.
Still an incredible bunt from Hixenbaugh as Royal is now 180 feet away from scoring the Blues' 5th run of the game as Tollerman offers, and it'll be a called strike anyway, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Also, usually when you're practicing bunting, it is, in my case, like in college, you're on the field and everyone's doing it. You can see everyone, and everyone's just quietly chugging and doing it because none of us want to do it.
1-1 is a fastball away and right at the knees for a called strike 2. Tollerman falls behind, who has reached base safely all 3 times today. A base hit in the first, a base hit in the third, and a walk in the 6th. He later scored on that Murillo 2 RBI single in the 6th inning. Trying to collect an RBI with Royal at third, but he swings and misses through that fastball for strike 3. Royal 1-out single, but stranded on second base after the sac bunt and the strikeout. We head into the 8th inning. Blues lead it by 1 on the SLO Blues streaming network. Middle of the order for the Alameda Merchants, who trail by a run in the top half of the 8th inning. They have 6 outs left to score 1 or more. It'll be Jace Jeremiah leading it off against Charlie Royal, batting from the right side with a slightly open stance. Black bomb bat in hand. First pitch swung on and flared into left field. The left and center fielder will converge, and it'll be Raymond calling off Royal to make the grab for the first out of the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out, and 7 straight retired for Royal.
Well, Ryan, what time of night is it right now?
It's the sun. The sun is setting. So sunset.
But what is that called just after sunset?
Dusk.
The twilight sky. Dusk, you're right. But the twilight sky happens every single time, right? You got to have good communication out in the outfield. It was a good thing Drew, Raymond, and Royal were able to talk on that play.
Another first pitch swinging, and it's sent to center field this time. Royal will move back, camp under it. 2 pitches, 2 outs.
And I would imagine Royal getting a rep that time in the twilight sky, even though no one was around him, he probably said, I got it, to let everyone know he can see it.
Yeah, I was thinking more, talking about the sky right now. We have a beautiful cotton candy sunset.
There's that happening too. Oh yeah, that's the shot.
I mean, when you look over the left field line, there's just a beautiful cotton candy sky as the first pitch misses down. I mean, that is just absolutely gorgeous tonight. And it cascades across the entire outfield fence line. As Nate and I are kind of hoping, swinging, missing right there is Angelo Luno, and it's 1-1. Let's take another look. Incredible camera work from play-by-play broadcaster Nate Mills.
Former sports video director at Mustang News, Ryan.
Yeah, this is handheld while sitting down, hands extended in front. I mean, this is impressive. We might need to get a shot on you right now. That sunset's just gorgeous. But Nate and I are usually guys who, as broadcasters, you typically want games to go fast. But there's a satellite being launched from Vandenberg Space Station tonight in about 40 minutes. We want this game to trickle on a little bit.
I want to see that, man. Is the space station SpaceX only?
It is. I believe it is SpaceX only.
Okay.
Tonight they are launching, as swinging and missing for strike 3 is Angelo Luno, and he has faced 9 batters and sat down 9 batters. Yeah, they're launching some Starlinks tonight.
Ooh, okay.
Between
hotspots everywhere, going crazy.
Yeah, so hopefully we can see that tonight. The Blues looking to rocket to their 4th win in a row. And to the bottom of the 8th we go, and a half inning brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union. Bottom of the 8th inning is brought to you by Educational Employees Credit Union, proudly serving the Central Coast. EECU is located in Paso Robles and can be found at myeecu.org. Experience smarter banking at Educational Employees Credit Union. There's a new pitcher for the Alameda Merchants, and it's the Gladiator from Chabot College, Tobin Control, who this last year threw 4 1/3 innings for the Gladiators. Didn't give up an earned run with a .92 and 2 strikeouts in his 4 1/3 innings, as he will have to face Sam Ardois to lead it off in the bottom of the 8th inning. Blues lead it by 1, looking to extend. Merchants have 3 more outs offensively to try to tie or take the lead, as the first pitch from the lefty misses up and away for ball 1.
Fastball in the high 80s to go with a slider and a changeup.
1-0 to Ardois as he takes that one low, 2-0. And this is what I've been loving from Ardois all day long, is he's been getting himself into incredible hitters counts, getting ahead and then lacing pitches that he likes. He did that in the first inning, drew a walk in the 6th inning with his patience, and he scored because of it. Ardois hits that one off the end of the bat. It might have been a broken bat, softly into center field, as Nahar will range in and make the grab for the first out of the inning. 1 for 3 is Ardois now after that flyout, as it'll bring in Charlie Caruso, yesterday's hero with his 2 home runs. Yesterday's dog of the day as well. Today, he's drawn a couple of walks and struck out. The first pitch from the lefty Control misses inside to the lefty Caruso. Left on left matchup. It looks like Kosei Suzuki is on deck and will pinch hit for Andrew Raymond. That would be another lefty on lefty matchup if Raymond were to stay in this game. So Dean Traynor decides to go with the righty, most likely, as that slider misses inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to the designated hitter today, normally the backstop for the Blues against the new pitcher, who has a 5-pitch mix, fastball, slider mainly. Will also throw a sinker, a curveball, and a changeup. 2-0, fastball runs inside, ball 3. 3 balls that have all missed inside to Charlie Caruso, who's already drawn a couple of walks today. That 2-seam fastball, 19 inches of horizontal break with 14 inches of induced vertical break. It's a tough pitch to hit. Caruso's watched it inside twice now, as now he finds one down the middle. First strike 1, Caruso thought it was a little high, started trotting towards first base, but will have to retreat to the left-handed batter's box, and now what is a 3-1 count. (3-1). A slider, called strike 2. This one catching the outside part of the plate. As Nate's mentioned, that's a tough pitch for Blues hitters all season long, is that outside slider. But today, the approach against it has been just take all the way and hope you don't see that pitch in a 2-strike count. 3-2. Right down the middle. A slider that hung right out over the plate, and Caruso got locked up.
Now there's that slider again, that kryptonite for this Blues offense. This one down the heart of the plate. Caruso goes down looking for the second time today, and hey, he saw an identical pitch to that, the offering before, held up on that one, and then for strike 3, didn't quite expand the zone and put a swing on it here. You never know what could happen. I mean, it could be a foul off, it could be a base hit. You don't know if you don't swing.
Caruso saw 6 pitches in that at-bat and took all 6 pitches. Got himself in a 3-0 count and then took 3 straight strikes. Now it will be Kosei Suzuki. Pinch hitting for Andrew Raymond. Raymond's day is done. He went 1 for 3 with a base hit in the second, where he later scored, reached on a fielder's choice, and struck out as Suzuki takes ball 1. Suzuki most recently started in yesterday's game as the designated hitter, where he went 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and caught stealing, fly out and a ground out as well. Fastball floats away from the zone, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. To the right-handed hitter, and Kosei Suzuki, rocking the white batting gloves with that red oven mitt in the back right pocket. Twitches the bat above his head as he watches this one in the dirt for ball 3. Quickly, it's 3-0.
He's got some new kicks, too. Yeah. Some white New Balances, I think.
Yeah, I like the all-white look. Yeah. White gloves with the white New Balances, the white uniform, and then the black undersleeve or undershirt I really like. 3-0 is a called strike right at the knees.
Looks so comfy, those New Balance spikes. I was always a New Balance guy once they became popular, and I couldn't turn back after that.
Yeah, I'm actually wearing a pair of New Balance shoes right now.
There you go.
Love these things.
Yeah, you get it.
They're my everyday shoe. Suzuki, a late swing on that 3-1 fastball, and it shoots into the Blues dugout, and the count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. To the pinch hitter, Kosei Suzuki. Took over for Andrew Raymond, and what was, for the Blues, a left-handed heavy lineup today with 4 lefties. I think that's the most we've seen in any given lineup all season long. But with the lefty on the mound, Dean Traynor makes a move, and the payoff is swung on and hit hard to third. A one-hopping and a hitting off the glove of Latimer, as it'll be an infield knock for Kosei Suzuki. That ball was ripped.
Kosei hit this one hard, coming fresh off the bench, a hard-hit single. Latimer couldn't handle it over at third. That's why I call it the hot corner, because that was some smoke right to him. He couldn't glove it, and Suzuki's aboard with 2 outs.
And trying to create a 2-out rally, who better than Diego Murillo, as he walks into the right-handed batter's box with his 2 hits and 3 RBIs in today's game. Also recorded a triple. I mentioned in his last at-bat, 5th in the CCL in batting average. Suzuki now on first. He watches a slider for ball 1.
Murillo is a good case study for what it looks like when you give a guy a chance. I feel like at the beginning of this season, it was hard for him to find some playing time on the infield, and every now and then he would make a play or do something at the dish. You go, this is projectable. I feel like this should work more than when we're giving him credit for. And then Dean Traynor and the staff noticed that, and he's been one of the few cases where they've had trust in one guy and they've stuck him in there, and it's paid off for him. And that reflects through all of college baseball. Getting chances is one of, if not the most important thing about the sport.
1-1 is swung on and a high chopper to short. Jeremiah will glove it. The strong throw to first is not going to be in time. It squirts away from the first baseman, Luna, and Suzuki will take third base. An infield hit for Diego Murillo gives him his 3rd hit of the day as Suzuki moves over to third on the error. Yeah. Sign and seal it.
Yep.
As I said, a base hit for Murillo, and he's 6 on Jeremiah. Puts Suzuki 90 feet away from giving the Blues an insurance run. Nico Button's going to get an opportunity in a left-on-left matchup. Button, sac fly in the second. Since then, he's flown out 2 other times. Comes into this game just batting 4 for 32 in league play. Got his 3rd RBI in league today with that sac fly. So he watches a slider low and away for ball 1. So Murillo, now a 3-hit day, an RBI triple in the second. He grounded into a double play in the 4th, a 2 RBI single in the 6th, and now an RBI single in the 8th inning. Here's the 1-0, and misses down. 2 balls and no strikes to Nico Button. Today's backstop, a former Cal Bear looking for a new place, found a new place to play some baseball at the University of San Diego in the spring for his grad year. The 2-0. He watches that fastball in the outer part for strike 1.
So this is important. I think I heard murmurings about this for the Blues. Murmurs that the Blues might be getting Reese Bueno from Cal Poly, relief pitcher. He recently committed to USD.
The battery.
Yep.
As Button fouls that back. It could be the former or the future battery for USD.
Yeah.
How far is USD from where you live in Carlsbad?
45 minutes.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you're really close to UCSD, right?
I'm really close to Cal State San Marcos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew it was one of the schools down there.
Yeah.
Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 runners on. In the bottom half of the 8th inning. Blues lead it by 1. Here's the pitch, and it hits Button on the inner elbow. Ouch.
That's not good. At least it's not his throwing arm, because as a left-handed hitter, the inside of your back left elbow is exposed, and that's like a really sensitive part of your arm, especially if you throw with that. He doesn't throw with that arm, but that still hurts really bad.
It's going to be a meeting on the mound, and it actually looks like there's going to be a move made to the bullpen with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. We'll have a new pitcher to face Cade O'Hara, who's looking to come up big and give his team some insurance runs. Blues lead it 4-3 on the SLO Blues streaming network. New pitcher is Zane Baltz to face Cade O'Hara. Los Medanos. Through 13 innings, didn't give up an earned run this last year with a 1.15 whip and 16 strikeouts. It was after spending a year at Montana State University, the Yellow Jackets, where he threw 13 in the 3rd innings as the first pitch to O'Hara is a called strike. 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Gave up 23 earned runs in 13 innings, 15 strikeouts to his 9 walks. With the Yellow Jackets before deciding to hit the portal, committed to play community college baseball after that, as the 0-1 is swung on and missed for strike 2.
Fastball slider, let's keep it simple here. Those are the 2 pitches that you'll see from Baltz at the Arsenal.
It's a lot of fastball too.
Yeah.
105 of those compared to his 32 sliders. Out of the stretch with the bases loaded. Here's the 0-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. Comes in the game, 3 pitches, and he strikes out Cade O'Hara to end the inning. We head into the 9th. Blues up by 1, looking to get their 4th win in a row on the SLO Blues streaming network. Charlie Royal has recorded 9 straight outs in today's game. Out of the bullpen after replacing Kvidal, who started. Gave up 3 runs in 5 innings. Royal, as I mentioned, 9 straight retired. Nix, O'Sullivan, Latimer due up, trying to give their team a chance as the first pitch from Nix is chopped high and foul past Ardois at third base. Nix, the catcher today, did not catch yesterday. He is 1 for 3, a RBI base hit in the 4th. That got the scoring started for the Merchants. That was sandwiched in between a ground out in the 2nd and a pop out in the 6th. The 0-1 is a fastball in the outer half for a called strike. I got one there is Charlie Royal. That one maybe a little outside, but called a strike, and very quickly it is 0-2. One of 5 righties in today's lineup. Another one waits on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Slider that had Jerry Nix way out in front. A 3-pitch strikeout.
An interesting point was just brought to my attention, Ryan, in terms of dog of the day. Charlie Royal, no?
No.
Hey, look, he has retired 7 in a row.
Yeah,
no.
If he throws 10.
It's 10 in a row.
Yeah, if he throws 4 perfect innings, I'll consider it. But Diego Murillo was a beast today.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, and a triple.
I know.
The thing, we don't give pitchers enough love, though, I feel like.
We don't.
Yeah.
So what about a collab?
I don't know. Diego also made that great play out. I just feel like it should be a Diego. We don't win this game without either of them, to be honest.
I love how you just countered. We don't give pitchers love with it has to be Diego.
Yeah, I think it does. Ace is free, fastball, called strike 2.
Solo Diego?
I don't know.
It's tough.
I do not know. This might be up to the chat, maybe.
Potentially, if Royal goes 4 perfect right here.
1-2, a slider. Triggering was O'Sullivan, who's getting his first at-bat in today's game, but he does not go. O'Sullivan played yesterday, batted 5th. He went 0 for 4 with a strikeout. From the windup, here's the 2-2. Swung on and flared into right field. Chasing is the new right fielder, that is a new right fielder. It's Eric Furness out there, right, as he will make the grab for the second out.
We're getting close to decision day, Brian.
Dude, don't do that to me. So to give you the defensive changes, Furness is in right, Raymond is out of the game, so is Suzuki, who pinch hit, and Hickson Baugh is now in left. The defensive changes for the final half inning, or could be the final half inning, I should say, as that one pops in and out of the glove of Button for ball 1. 2, Caleb Latimer, who struck out looking his first time up. He was pinch hitting in the 6th inning for young Goldberg. The 1-0 is a swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Caleb Latimer goes fishing. One from Latimer is sliced the other way, and it's going to drop for a base hit. 4 innings perfect. Whoa, they have him picked off at first, but the throw goes wild.
Man.
I honestly think that might seal the deal.
Oh, no.
We'll still leave it up to the chat. The Blues need to win. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The tying run is now on first with the leading run at the plate, and it's the leadoff batter, Dom Nahar, who is 0 for today. Walking a run as he watches first pitch fastball up and away.
One at bat against Royal. Struck out looking. Latimer just on the base path.
Runner goes, half swing, no throw to second.
Ooh.
A pump fake from Nico Button gives Latimer 90 feet and puts now the tying run in scoring position.
Kind of an awkward slide there from Latimer over at second base, kind of scorpioned into the bag. I think he was kind of 50-50 on whether he should slide or not.
His whole jersey, top to bottom jersey, dirty now, as he's going for third. The pitch is a called strike, and Button never even saw it. The Blues, however, are a strike away from winning this game. With the tying run 90 feet away, this is a gigantic pitch for the Blues if they want to make it 4 in a row. Can they do it? Royal from the stretch. Latimer on third. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Royal gets a 12-out save to win it for the Blues as they claim second place in the CCL North.
What a great come-from-behind win for the Blues. They make it 4 in a row. And don't look now, but your SLO Blues are hot.
They are very hot indeed. Royal goes 4 innings, strikes out 5 batters, and gets the save. And I'm going to start a poll in the chat right
spiraling.
now. Right now. Murillo, Royal, or both. We got about a minute to vote as Nate and I will kind of wrap up the game here.
Yeah.
The Blues win 4 in a row with the Crawdads losing today. That officially gives the Blues second place in the CCL North, which right now isn't too big of a deal because they're only a half game solidified in that spot. All the games for North teams have concluded for today, so that'll be where they finish as of July 18th. That magic number now becomes 8 for, or actually, excuse me, I think it becomes 7 because the Merchants lost,
right,
and the Dads lost.
Yeah.
So I think the magic number is now 7 for the Blues to make the playoffs. We're going to get some confirmation on that as they tip their caps. But Nate, an overall great game. Cavito with a solid start. Royal comes out. What was your favorite part of today's game when you look at it from a wide perspective?
I mean, my favorite part was the pitching. Overall, Cavito and Royal were both great. Cavito only getting up those 3 earned runs, the RBI single and the RBI triple midway through the ball game in the 5th. And they just locked it down. Other than that, only 3 walks on the entire day from the pitching staff, and the offense all the way through the lineup was spectacular too. A few amount of strikeouts, but they rattled across some walks in the 6th. Obviously a great day from Diego Murillo. Zach Tallman also had a good day that we didn't really talk about as well. He went 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. And Nico Button came through in the clutch with the sacrifice fly in the 2nd. But what I really think what shined the brightest not only was Diego Murillo's offensive performance, but the pitching performance on the tandem of Eric Cavito and Charlie Royal. Got to give them their flowers. They're holding it down.
Blues now have won 10 of their last 12, and we got some incorrect numbers earlier today about the magic number.
Yep.
The Blues' magic number to make the playoffs is only 3 now.
All right.
So let's see who won. It's going to be 50-50. It's 50-50, which means I think we give it to both.
Yeah, let's give it to both.
Okay. That's the conclusion. Murillo and Charlie Royal, today's dogs of the day, as the Blues get the win. And like I said, 10 out of the last 12 jump into second place in the CCL North. And according to our statisticians, getting 4 wins against the Crawdads and the Merchants in the late part of the season give the Blues a 70% chance or better to make the playoffs. So that's gigantic.
Yeah, a huge improvement from midway through the season. There was kind of some question marks about the playoffs. What's it going to look like? And then, they're coming through now.
The Blues get the win, 4-3. They're up 2-0 on the Merchants, and will look to sweep in tomorrow's game as we say goodnight here at the ballpark. Blues win it 4-3. Ryan Giacomini, Nate Mills on the SLO Blues streaming network.